Okay, good evening everybody, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for a Christmas retailing webinar. So Beth and I are going to be spending the next 60 minutes with you, and we are going to be taking a whistle-stop tour through Christmas. If you are brand new into Forever in the UK this year, and this is your first Christmas with us, a huge welcome and a great opportunity, because this is a period of the year where we have a lot of fun. There's great commercial opportunity, and if you are new into the business, it's a fabulous time to settle in. And I say that because when I joined the business 6 years ago, I joined at exactly this time of year, as did Beth. So we were thrown in at the deep end, we embraced Christmas retailing, and that's really what helped us build supervisor businesses. So if you're looking for more confidence, or you're looking to get to supervisor yourself or to help somebody achieve that, tonight you are going to see some different ways of working, some opportunities that are really going to help you enjoy Christmas. But we will be talking about that throughout this evening. So before we get into the detail of Christmas and the opportunity that we all have our hands on over the next 8 to 10 weeks, really just want to focus on the goal for tonight, because Beth and I are working as a duo this evening. We've worked together corporately in the past, and we've worked together very closely for the last 6 years in Forever. And what we're very passionate about when it comes to training or rolling out seasonal campaigns is, before we get into the detail of how we're going to execute something, just taking a step back to think about, okay, what is our intention? What is our goal? What are we about to invest our time into, and why is that important? So for Beth and I tonight, that's exactly where we started our conversation as we were planning the content for this session. And very quickly, we were aligned on what our goal was. And it's very simple for us. Our goal tonight is to help every single business owner who's tuning in to fund their own Christmas. So we're going to come on to look at how much Christmas costs an average household here in the UK, but our goal is very simple. We want to show you some options, a selection of choices that you can decide how you want to embrace and what's relevant for you, but the gift attached to that is giving you a way of funding your own Christmas. So that's our goal tonight. You may have your own personal goals that you're looking to get out of tonight's session. Maybe you're somebody who hasn't had the opportunity to consider that, and that may be something that you are armed with at the end of our session this evening. So let's get into the detail of Christmas. Is anybody on countdown? Who is on Christmas countdown? Or who has got children who are counting down the days, the sleeps till Santa Claus arrives? Well, if you haven't looked on good old Google at how many sleeps or how many days we've got till Santa is going to cross our path in his sleigh, we have exactly 70 days now until Christmas. So not long. And we've got a huge opportunity. Oh, sorry, that's my watch talking to me. We've got a huge opportunity in our hands in the next 70 days to create so much joy, so much Christmas spirit, not just for our customers, for ourselves, but also for business partners who are going to be joining us in the future. So, if there's 70 days that stand between where we are now and Christmas arriving, what do we know is going to happen? Well, what we know for sure is at the end of this month, Halloween is upon us. So on the 31st of October, Halloween starts. And that is when the school holidays, the half-term holidays, are either in full flow or just ending, depending on where your half-term falls in the school calendar, whether you're in the north of the UK, the south, your Scotland or your Wales. Now, if you've worked in retail before, or you're currently somebody who works in the retailing industry and you're building your forever business alongside your job, what you will know is that in the trading calendar of a retailer, that is week 39, and that is where the spike in the retailing calendar starts to do that. And the upward index of sales is all about customers starting to spend more money. So something psychologically happens to parents, to society in October half term. There is a light bulb moment where all of a sudden Christmas is upon us. Retailers switch lanes of going into Christmas full flow, and the media starts to change their messaging as well. And you know, yes, there are shoppers out there who are very organised, and some have been doing Christmas shopping since the summer, but the vast majority of people, it's Halloween where people start to make that decision. And that half-term Halloween week is when the switch clicks. We also have bonfire night, and that is a great opportunity, you know, to create more spirit around Christmas. Again, the calendar, the clock is ticking, the urgency is starting to lift for the customer. And then at the end of November, the last Friday of every November is Black Friday, the day before Thanksgiving in America, which at one time was a big deal in America, but over the last 5 years, Black Friday and the ripple effects of that have gone all over Europe. Here in the UK, what we've seen over the last 3 years is customers spending more money in terms of doing their Christmas shopping because of the value they can find on Black Friday. So they're spending more money in November than what they are in the month of December when it comes to doing their Christmas shopping. So you will either be free-flowing on your pen and paper now with ideas, making a note of dates, opportunities for you and your business, or maybe you are somebody who is sitting, taking all of this in and thinking, okay, I need to get my head around what customers are going to be doing, what their expectation is in October, November, and as we progress to the end of November going into Christmas, and what that means for you in your business. Now, depending on which team and which downline you work in, or what your preferences are linked to your ways of working, you as an independent business owner can decide how you want to capitalise on these opportunities. So do work within your teams, working closely with your upline to look at the best ways you want to handle these big opportunities in the calendar to create success. Now, what we've seen, and this year is no different, is internet sales continue to grow at Christmas. Customers are looking for convenience. They're looking for a way of being able to multitask, to be at work, to be on their lunch hour, picking up their smartphone, to shop online, to have products delivered. We are absolutely in the right business for this because we're social marketing, and we also have a direct to the customer method of delivery. Here in the UK, we're currently running with a lead time of 48 to 72 hours delivered to a customer's door. So you can take real confidence that we are set up brilliantly as a retailing business at this time of year to give customers exactly what they're looking for. Now let's talk about the average spend. In 2018, the Financial Times quoted that the expenditure per household was £868. So the average household, that's the amount of money that they invested into making Christmas happen. And everything is covered in that figure, from their food, their Christmas cards, their Christmas, their Christmas dinner, their Christmas shopping. But what we know within that figure is at least £500 is being spent on gifting. So every single year, Christmas is happening, you know, whether customers can afford it or not, whether we can afford it or not, it's happening. The spend per household has got to be spent somewhere. So my question to you is, we're looking at these statistics, is how much of this spend are you capturing? So if you think about all of the average households on your street around where you live, they're all going to be spending £500 on average gifting to their family or to their friends, their work colleagues. What percentage of that are you going to capture? Because you've got a great solution, and we're going to look in a moment at what you've got your hands on when it comes to gifts and gifting. So why should you feel confident about the Christmas opportunity? Like most things we talk about in our business, a great result starts with a confident plan that you believe in, a strong mind that is programmed to focus on what you can do and looking for what you can do rather than focusing on what you can't do. So again, if you're somebody new in the business and maybe you've not practiced the handful of consistent product activities that we coach, or maybe you're still new at traveling that business building cycle, does it matter that you've not focused on every aspect because maybe you've not had enough time to do that? What can you do? What have you done? What can you focus on? And when you focus on that and you take the opportunity that we have in our hands, that Beth and I are going to share with you tonight around Christmas, you should feel so confident about what you can achieve. So let's take a quick whistle-stop tour through the product opportunity. And we're going to start with gifts for her. So what we know at Christmas is generally people's spending habits or their shopping habits when it comes to gifting fall into categories. And the first category we're going to look at is gifting for her. So for ladies, what is it that her partner is going to be purchasing? What is it that she is going to be putting on her little wish list? What is it that the kids are looking to purchase for mummy? What is it that the friend is going to gift the bestie this year? Well, if we think about skincare, at this time of year, particularly in department stores and other retailers, skincare, the sales trajectory does that. You know, it's a distinct peak. And that's because so many people at Christmas are looking to purchase skincare gift sets for people. For us, we have the Sonia skincare, which was a fantastic addition last year. I just want to give you a couple of figures. So that skincare set alone, you know, it retails for £82. If you are an assistant supervisor starting out, you can be making a £27 profit on each of those kits. Maybe if you are a manager, you can expect more. You know, you can be expecting up to £34 of profit. The Infinite, you know, the Infinite gives an assistant supervisor the opportunity to be earning £56 off one set, £56. And if you're a manager, £72. Now, if you're a supervisor or an assistant manager, you're somewhere in between those profit figures. You know, so there's a lot of profit to be made. And what we know is, we know that people are looking for skincare solutions. If you just want to focus on one item, like the amazing firming serum that we've won awards for in that Infinite range, again, a profit of anything from £17 to £21, depending on where you are on the marketing plan. But then we've also got other products with a great price point that are fabulous Christmas gifts that we've had some brilliant feedback about in years previously. And the two products that Beth and I have picked out where we've received the most consistent feedback from customers over the years has been the scrub and the marine mask. So those two products, again, profitability of anywhere between £5 to about £8.50. They go beautifully together in a set. They're really affordable and, you know, just a great everyday solution for a lady. Don't forget, we've got the brand new minis. If you've not placed your personal order, to get your hands on those, to promote those actively and to drink them yourself and to show people you're drinking them, they are available now to order. And just on one box, you know, with your minis in, one tray as an assistant supervisor, a £30 profit. If you're a manager, £38. So some great profit. For the lady who has everything, Vitalise for Women. You know, this has been a really good selling product for me this year for any ladies who are looking for a way of managing, you know, how they feel as they hit their 40s, going through changes. And we get great feedback on that product as well. Now, you may have other favourites for her, but there's some things to really consider. What about men? Well, on screen, you can see RG, a best-selling product for men, Vitalise for men, the aftershave. The aftershave with Gentleman's Pride, a great combination. Gentleman's Pride on its own. If somebody's looking to spend around £10 to £15 as a single item product, great. And again, the minis are fabulous. If you were to look at people who enjoy sports, you can bring together the heat lotion, the RG. Don't forget, we've got an RG bottle that you can order for £4.50 as well if you want to bring it together as a set. Just for the RG and the heat lotion, your profitability off those two, anything from £22 to £29. So a high profit return and a great gift solution. For the person who has everything, you must have people like that in your network where you think, what on earth would you buy that person? How many customers have you got in your network who haven't got a clue what to buy for some people? We all know those people who are really difficult to buy for. What you can see on screen is just some different combinations there. Some combinations, again, that we've received great feedback from over the past few years. You notice the veterinary spray there. Sometimes the person who's got everything, it's about giving them a little treat for their pet that they adore. And that can be, you know, very, very well received. What's great about this category is you've got a very flexible budget. You know, you can bring some of these items together to raise the value. If somebody's looking to spend, you know, the budget's £50 to £100, say, or something as small as a lip balm and a hand sanitizer. Again, very, very affordable for the likes of small gifts, Secret Santas. Stocking fillers, they're there on screen. The biocellulose mask this year is going to be one of our best selling stocking filler gifts. Broken down, you know, 5 in a box. Great value, a fabulous product that often brings a predictable, repeatable business because so many people have great feedback when they use that product and a great experience. And don't forget, we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There is a little bit of information about why our deodorant is so highly recommended. Nothing is stopping you educating customers as you give them a gift with a point of difference that is likely to bring you business back in the future as well. So before I hand you back to Beth to have a little look at how you can take this information of the market potential, how much customers are spending, what products we've got our hands on, let's just take a moment to quickly look at the value of the profit per case credit. So on screen, a brief overview there to show you how much profit you can make from your retailing at Christmas, depending on which level you're at in the marketing plan. So obviously, as you progress through the marketing plan, you're getting a bigger personal bonus off your products. So you are going to be making more money, even though you're doing the same activity. So if that's not a reason to go for a promotion, even if your intention is to be a retailer, it's in your best interest to be a manager getting a 48% personal discount, even if you want to be a retailer. So, you know, for CC Active as an assistant supervisor, close to £350, and as a manager, close to 450. So if you were looking to fund your Christmas off the back of doing some Christmas retailing, you know, if you want that £868 covered for your household, so you don't need to dip into your personal income or your savings or use a credit card or whatever method you use to fund Christmas, as an assistant supervisor between now and Christmas, you would be looking to do 10.3 case credits. As a supervisor, you would be looking to do 9.6. As an assistant manager, 8.6. And as a manager, you would be looking to do 8. So I'm going to hand you over to Beth now, because it's all well and good me giving you statistics, giving you products, but what about the method? What about how we're going to do it? So I can think of nobody better to hand you over to now than Beth. Thank you.
Thank you, Gemma. Meanwhile, she's going to be planning what she's going to be giving me for Christmas. So it's lovely to see you all. I'm sitting here with excitable goosebumps because Christmas is one of my favourite things. Not because we get to spend loads of money, not because it's a commercial enterprise and I've got a retail background, but because it is a time for spirit. So let me talk to you swiftly, because I want to cover a lot of ground with you when we get into the nitty gritty of what it is you can actually choose to do, because Gemma's done a brilliant job of setting the scene, and she's identified the size of the opportunity and the size of the financial opportunity that we've each got in our hands. And on that screen there, you can see the profit. So I want to talk to you about retailing dream boards, activities you can do, strategies you can build, and also to highlight the opportunities that exist, because they are everywhere. So let me be really crystal clear, and this is something that Gemma and I both believe in, and when we've looked back at the notes that we've done from previous retailing webinars linked to Christmas, it's always been the same. Success in retailing is a direct correlation with your attitude. So how you choose to view Christmas, the opportunity it presents, the spirit of Christmas, it's a feeling. This is not about trying to get your customers and friends and family to spend as much as possible. This is about thinking that you have got, in the next 10 weeks, 70 days, permission to make everybody that you care about feel special to you. And you do that in tiny, noticeable things and in tiny little ways. And we're going to show you some of those. So your success in Christmas retailing is a direct result of the attitude that you apply to it. And therefore, what I would encourage you to do is maybe something that you haven't given yourself permission before to do, which is to pick the things in your business that you love doing and do those a million times. Christmas is not a time to spend forcing yourself through some painful activities because you think you need to. Success in Christmas retailing is about picking the bits you love and doing them incredibly well, because if you enjoy them, that vibe is completely contagious. So before we move on, I want to talk to you about the link between that last slide and what we're about to talk about, the activity, because the link between profit and activity is, what are you building for? So your Christmas retailing activity has to be for a purpose. Now, maybe you don't need £868. We don't spend that as a family at Christmas, but maybe you don't need that, but you want to do some Christmas retailing anyway. Well, what are you building for? What are you being active for? You've probably heard me talk before about retail dream boards and breaking down the cost of memories and activities for the people you love into case credits. And knowing that you can take the kids on an outing on a steam train if you retail 0.6 cash credits of full price product, or you can go to Disneyland Paris for 20 cash credits, whatever. I want to throw in something that was really popular with our team last year, which was to do Christmas dream boards. Now, the spin is not that this is your Christmas dream board. It's not things you would like for Christmas. It is a dream board full of the pictures of things that you want to buy other people. Because when you fill up your new dream board with the gifts you want to buy your partner, your kids, your neighbours, your babysitter, the teachers, when you fill up a dream board of things you want to be able to pay for, then there becomes a really powerful meaning to go out and retail to produce the money to buy the things. So let me give you an example. This year, my son would like some Apple AirPods. I call them AirBuds. I get corrected every time I say it, they're AirPods. And they retail about £170. So I think to myself, that is an expensive gift. I'm not sure he should be having a £170 Christmas present. But then I think to myself, well, actually, as a manager, if I retail and do enough activity that I love to retail 1.7 cash credits of full priced retail product, the profit from that 1.7 cash credits is enough to buy the AirBuds pods. And if you're an assistant supervisor watching this webinar and you think, actually, I would like to buy someone I love, a pair of AirPods, then if you're an assistant supervisor, it's knowing that 2 cash credits is all it's going to take. 2 cash credits worth of activity to have enough profit in your hand to buy the AirPods. And you can apply that logic to anything. And I tell you what, it really gives you a motivation and a reason to move. Because sometimes you might not want to go out and do that pamper event. Sometimes you might not want to be in the mood to chase up your gel drinkers to see whether they've run out yet or they want it next week. But when you know there is somebody you love at the end of that activity and they are intertwined with the result of your motivation, you will move. So I want to throw that in there about dream boards. And I've got 3 things I want to talk to you about. 3 things: Christmas activities, the opportunity behind the person, which helps no end, and the power of your own gifting. So Gemma, can you ping me on to the next slide? Now, we are not going to build you a strategy tonight because I don't know what you love. All I know is if you and your upline or your new team member or somebody that you sit next to in a BP who's in a different team, doesn't matter who it is, if you sit down with other people from forever and build a retail strategy that you are excited about, then the chances are it should contain some of the activities that you can see on screen. Sometimes we forget to think a little bit more creatively, and here are activities that you could be involved in the whole way. So family gifts. Gemma's identified some of the most powerful products to back, and it's no surprise if you are vaguely commercially orientated, it's no surprise that drinking gel and supplements featured in many of those present selections. Because what do you want? You want to build in 2020, you want to have a business with a foundation of regular gel drinkers and people that buy products from you monthly. If you want people to buy things from you monthly, gift them the things you want them to buy monthly. Let them fall in love with them when you are buying them as gifts so that they want to re-buy them in the new year. It's smart and devilishly simple to do. So family gifts, never underestimate. There's something in our product range for everyone. I'll show you how you can work that out in a second. Everybody works somewhere or as a collection of friends where there is some reason to do a collection. Baby shower, office gift, Secret Santa, or just a collection for the boss or somebody. You know, don't underestimate the power of being the one that says, I'll do the teacher collection. And the culmination of 30 parents giving you a little bit of money to put into a present that you can really make a beautiful set of our gifts as that present. You know, what is the power of that? That teacher receives them, they fall in love with them. What do they want to do? If they know where they came from and you supplied the right information about your business with that gift, they will want to come back next year and buy some of those presents again. Stocking fillers. It's not about the value, it's about the size. If it's small enough to ram in a stocking, then suggest it. I mean, you saw Gemma put a picture of the aloe tea bags on the screen. You don't have to give someone in a stocking a whole box of tea bags, but because they're all individually foil wrapped, you can put a few in. What happens? They try it, they love it, they want to know how to get it again. Boom, you've got yourself And what is that? It's a consumable product. Hallelujah. It runs out much faster than a deodorant. Your quid's in. Gift hampers. Lots of people love gift hampers for the people that they don't know what else to buy for. Be the one that reaches out to your family and friends and says, are you buying any hampers for anyone this year? I did this a couple of years ago with my mother-in-law. She always buys hampers, and she'll buy them from the first company, business or person that asks her or shows her them. And so I just thought I will get in there first this year. And so I made her up gift hampers for all of the people that she bought for. It's a really simple way of doing business. And that way you're accessing other people's networks. They're not even on your who do you know list yet. Secret Santa, who doesn't love one biocellulose mask as a gift? Because what is that recipient going to want to do? They're going to want another one. So it's a really smart way to retail some extra product. Christmas fairs, you know, you might be all over chiffon and that special plasticky stuff, ribbon and all of that. You might want to make reindeers out of soap, and good on you. It's not my bag, but they're really popular. If you can make some beautiful gifts and you don't bankrupt yourself in all the shiz that goes with it, then, you know, happy days. The Christmas fairs are plenty. The organisers of Christmas fairs are desperate to provide variety and something that is aesthetically pleasing to the people that come. So you are doing them a service by turning up. Personal shopping, offer to buy. You must have people in your network that don't want to go shopping, don't get out to the shops. They're too busy. They're money rich and time poor, perhaps. Offer to shop for them. I contacted my friends last year who ran their own businesses, and I said to one of my friends, look, have you bought anything for the ladies in your office yet? And he said, oh no, I haven't got time. I'll go to Boots, quote unquote. I'll go to Boots nearer Christmas and they'll do a 3 for 2 and I'll just get them, you know, the champagne sets. And I said to him, come on now, let me help you with that. And so we personal shopped for his office in October. The sense of relief and joy that brought him, knowing that he nailed it well before he needed to, was a beautiful thing. I felt good, he felt good. I'd got money that I could spend on the people that I loved at Christmas. And then the product wish lists. You know, if you've got regular customers, offer them the opportunity to identify some of the things that they would like that they don't treat themselves to, and then take that list and contact the people who buy for your customers. So if you've got a female customer and she's a gel drinker, she might not want to treat herself to the scrub and the mask that Gemma showed you, but she might identify it as something that's on her wish list. Contact her husband, her mum, her sister, people in her network, and say, I don't know if you're buying for Marie this year, but she's let me know of some things that she would really like to receive. I wondered if you'd be interested in me supplying them for you. Because they want to get Marie something that she loves. Help them. You're offering a service. You bring with you a gift to share. And gift vouchers. It's a lovely way to generate January trade. I always send my regular customers, when they've bought from me out of December, I'll send them a little note with a Christmas gift and a gift voucher that they have to redeem in January. And it is a foolproof way of generating repetitive sales. That's the fastest way that I can say all of those things. So Gemma, if you can show us, so home product launches, we've got some pictures. We've got a picture of a tabletop coming up next, which also has the old style gel on it. But you see, you know, some people go to great lengths, others don't. It doesn't matter. If it's something you love, do it. If it's something you hate, pick something different, because there is room for you to build a strategy. So all I want to do is say to you, those are some things to think about. Pick the ones you love, build your own strategy for Christmas and bring it to life now, so that you are done and dusted with the bulk of your activity before Black Friday hits and people start to think that they ought to be getting a discount on what we sell. So the next slide, the opportunity behind the person. So if you want to take little screenshots of this, or you want to take a photo of it on your camera, or this I believe is being recorded and shared, it's a version of the customer life cycle. But what happens is, don't forget that we are looking for a whole host of opportunities linked to our business. We want regular customers and we want a pipeline of prospects for the future. There are opportunities to build your business in so many ways behind every person that you know. So what I want you to do, if you want to make this work, try it outside of the webinar. put the image of somebody. It could be a family member, it could be a customer, it could be somebody on your who do you know list that you've never talked to about the products or the business before. Create an image of them in your head, put that at the center of this diagram, and then ask yourself, work around the outside, ask yourself the questions about this person, and you will identify, or I am a monkey's uncle, you will identify opportunities to grow your business from just putting one person in the middle of this diagram. So, you know, what age are they? What gender are they? That will automatically identify some of the gifts that perhaps you could bring to the fore for either them to buy or for other people to buy for them. You know, where do they go on holiday? I've just had an order in for sunscreen. I don't hold sunscreen in stock because stupidly I've forgotten that people like me go skiing. So actually it's made me think, who do I know from my regular customers and friendship group that are going skiing? Because if they're going on holiday, or maybe they're having a hot holiday, but you know, those are all opportunities to supply products that maybe you haven't thought about. So you've got this person in the middle. What food and drink do they like? Do they eat clean? Do they already supplement their diet? Can you put them, you know, superfoods is fantastic. You know, and those RG sticks, superfood sticks, they're stocking fillers, they're Secret Santa gifts. You know, you can bundle them up in so many ways. You know, what do they do for work? I remember buying for a very difficult person in my network one year, and I went around this cycle and I got to this point and I thought, oh my goodness, he's a late night lorry driver. All I ever see in his hand is a can of Red Bull. So what did I gift him? A can of Fab, a tray of Fab. Loved it because he likes functional gifts. He could drink it. It was better. It was free to him and it was better than Red Bull. What happens is that goes into his workspace. The other drivers are like, what are you drinking? They want to know. He tells them where he got it from. That actually led me to retail quite a lot of Fab last year amongst the lorry drivers. How many of you have your deliveries, your groceries delivered by an online shopping delivery driver who's tired, who does long shifts, who probably needs drinking gel, Move, and bee pollen amongst anything before you can get into Fab? You know, what is this person's hobbies? You know, do they go swimming, for instance? If they do, you need to introduce them, talk to them about aloe first as a spray for their hair when they get out the swimming pool. It's genius. You know, do they play sports? If they do, we've identified some products that you could share with them or the people that buy for them at Christmas. What do you know about their health? Maybe you know something about the condition of their skin, their levels of their energy, or their battle with their weight or clean eating or whatever. That will lead you to identify opportunities. You know, who do they buy for at Christmas? This person could be one of those people that's time poor but money rich. Who do they buy for? You could personal shop for their Christmas shopping, get it all done and dusted, and be a real support. You know, and what's their social circle like? This is critical. If they're a member of the WI, if they're a member of a running club, if they're a member of a dog club, you know, a dog breed club, it allows you to identify who their networks are. That might mean that an experience pack would be super to give them, or that there's a product launch or a pamper event around the corner that you could ask of them. And really, really importantly, do you think that they might be interested in extra income? Jane always says that you have no idea, people are living a quiet life of desperation, and that can be very, very true. Who are you to know that they wouldn't like to make money? And I can tell you, the more you enjoy your Christmas retailing and your interactions with them, the more you show them the tiny notable things that tell them that you value them as a customer, the more they will be attracted to do what you do. And they might just want discount, they're a regular customer on their products, or to earn an income in the same way as they've seen you enjoy. Never underestimate. And so the last slide I want to talk you through before we show you a video is the biggest and most powerful gift that you have in that product brochure is the business opportunity. So please don't get distracted by the gift I've got is drinking gel. Yes, that's the foundation of your retail. The power of the gift of our business is in the business box, and all of the activity, the relationships, the interactions that you're having in the Christmas run-up are shaping the pipeline that will open up to you in the new year. Because Gemma joined in October, I joined in October. There's lots of people for whom, you know, money's actually more prevalent. They're more likely to spend money in the next 10 weeks than they are in the last 10 weeks or in the new year when they're worrying about a credit card bill. A £200 investment now could make perfect sense to so many people. They might want to earn money themselves for Christmas. They might want to get a head start on 2020, because it's not just the start of a new year, it's the start of a new decade. And everything that you're doing now is shaping your business and you as a person, so that when the 1st of January 2020 comes, you have got a business that is the result of everything that you are doing and involving yourself in now, and you will never, ever, ever forget it and regret it. So I feel like I've kind of downloaded everything, but Gemma and I wanted to make sure at the end of this webinar that we showed you a video, because going back to the essence of what is Christmas about, Christmas is a spirit, it's a feeling. Everything else is just noise. Christmas is a feeling and it's a spirit. It's like real life adult magic. Christmas is a time when we do stop. We do take time to be grateful, to have memories, to sit and share moments with people, because we are encouraged to do that. We get to write cards and pass sentiment and thanks and gratitude and stay humble for so much that we are gifted with, even if this time of year is challenging. And I think one of the best things that you can do is connect to the culture of the business that we're in, because it's not a retailing machine. It is a heart. There is a humanity that lies at the heart of Forever, and it's retailing success. That if you can attach to that and you hear it and you feel the essence of the culture at the heart of our business, you cannot be anything less than truly successful. So what we'd like to do is just show you an old message that we share with the team time after time after time. This video was by Rex in the Christmas of 2016. It was the year that I qualified for my first chairman's bonus check, and our business and our team were experiencing great momentum, not because there was brand new products to retail, but because we had stayed close to the essence of success that Rex shares in this video. So if you're joining us on the webinar, and there's nearly 500 of you now, this video lasts for 7 minutes. I can put my hand on my heart and guarantee, don't go and put the kettle on, I guarantee that if you watch this from beginning to end, you will understand exactly what I'm describing, and it will help you sort out your dream board, build a strategy, and act from the heart in your Christmas retailing. So Gemma, would you mind showing us that video? Sit still and watch this. It's genius.
Holiday message. We've had so much fun this year that time has flown by. Years feel like months now. Do you remember that movie from a few years ago about a young man that had a remote control that could control time? I think it was called Click. When I think about all that is going on in Forever around the world, I wish I could borrow that remote control and slow down time to allow me to visit you all every year. Just think, we could use the remote to also speed up time to get us through the tough times a little quicker. However, I have observed that when things get tough, we become more humble, kind, and grateful. And I think you'll agree that these are all great attributes. So maybe we don't need to speak.
Sorry, I'm just going to ask, can you just quickly type in the chat box, can you see the video that's playing and hear it? Because I've got visibility here, but it might be I've just got to share it differently. Right, okay, I can see a lot of people saying no. Okay, give me 1 second, because I am not technical, but I am gonna get this right.
So powerful if you can see it, isn't it, Gemma?
Yeah, it's even more powerful if I can get this right. I'm gonna say it again. Here we go. You would never put me in control of the panel of technology ever, but tonight, for one night only, I am. Right, Beth, on your screen, can you see Rex?
Yep. Press play, Jemima. Let's see what happens. Come on, Rex.
Let's go.
believe it has been 12 months since I recorded the last holiday message.
We're good.
We've had so much fun. It's flown by. Years feel like months now. Do you remember that movie from a few years ago about a young man that had a remote control that could control time? I think it was called Click. When I think about all that is going on in forever around the world, I wish I could borrow that remote control and slow down time to allow me to visit you all every year. Just think, we could use the remote to also speed up time to get us through the tough times a little quicker. However, I have observed that when things get tough, we become more humble, kind, and grateful. And I think you'll agree that these are all great attributes. So maybe we don't need to speed up time with that remote control. Maybe we need just a little more patience. I remember reading a quote once that said, "The bad news is that time flies. The good news is that you are the pilot." What a great thought. You may not be in control of time, but we are in control of what we do with our time. Like many of you, Ruth and I love this time of year. It's a unique and special time, a time to give gifts, a time to look heavenward with an increased sense of gratitude for all that we have, a time to help, a time to serve, a time to share our talents with others. We do, however, recognize that for some of you, this time of year may not hold fond memories, or that you may find yourself in the midst of life's toughest trials. Whatever the cause, our hearts go out to you, and we sincerely hope that your challenges are temporary and that your shoulders are strong enough to bear the burdens. Over the past couple of years, Ruth and I have gotten to know a group of talented young musicians and singers who voluntarily perform to inspire others. Recently, they chose to share their talents with a group of pensioners living in a local care home, and they recorded this surprise. I love this video because of the effect that the talents of these singers has on the listeners. I know you will enjoy this as much as I did.
Hi, is it okay if we come in and do some maintenance?
Oh, yes.
I've got a little bit of a crew here.
What can I do to help?
No, you're fine. Please don't move. We don't want to disturb you. Okay. They're just going to check some things around, just make sure everything's working okay for you.
Excelsior, 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 angels to beckon me, nearer, my God, to thee, dearer, my God. Food and shall see DJ los domine parambusa perambusa Sikitura excelsior.
Wasn't that great? I just love looking at the faces of the people as the surprise sets in, and then seeing their appreciation of the talent and abilities of these young people. Did you notice how the gentleman in the white shirt began to express his passions and talents towards the end? You see, this is the essence of success. When we're willing to share our talents, gifts, and opportunities with others, it enhances their lives and in turn, yours. This new year, our plea to each of you is to share your talents and be ready to inspire others everywhere you go. There are millions of forever FBOs, staff, friends, and family around the world that can be a positive force for good if we're willing to share what we have with others. There is no limit to what you can achieve if you are willing to share. Thank you for your contribution in 2016, and we look forward to working and sharing with you into next year and beyond. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and Happy Holidays. And remember, the power of forever is the power of love.
Okay. So,
Don't you just love Rex?
oh, I know I've had a few messages actually on text going, oh, I'm crying here. This is amazing. This is amazing. But do you know, as Beth said, a timely reminder of what we're part of. We are not just any network marketing company. We're not, you know, we are part of something that has been created from the heart and is so well thought through in terms of you can only achieve success if you genuinely are loving, serving, and caring. So that brings Beth and I to a place where we're going to take some questions and answers. But I guess just the final piece I want to pick out of Rex's video before we go to Q&A is I just wrote down, you know, one line out of that video that stood out. And the line that I wrote down while I've been scribbling my own notes tonight as we've gone through is the essence of success is about enhancing others' lives to enhance yours. That is going to mean different things to each and every one of us. For you, that might be about enhancing the lives of one person who is in your family. For another person on this webinar tonight, that might be about enhancing a handful of lives in your local community to make a difference. For others, that could be about enhancing on a wider scale to stretch yourself and stretch your vision on what's next for you. Whatever your interpretation of enhancing is, lead from the heart, embrace this festive season, and those who choose to give and give their best unconditionally with a smile on their face, embracing the heart of Christmas culture, will be the ones who will go into 2020 and the next decade poised to get in exchange more than what they ever even bargained for. Oh, I feel like I could have a good cry now, Beth. So I'm going to breathe. I'm going to figure out where the slides have gone while you check out the
Well, We don't need to worry about the slides because there was a few questions as we were going through, and I've answered them because they were tiny questions about product, or what do people put on a tabletop? How do you use aloe first after swimming? So what we sometimes forget is we've got a massive community, and within that community, someone has professionalized and specialized in the thing that you want to learn how to do. So I've just encouraged people to ask those questions in the chat groups and their team pages. It's time to buddy up and learn from each other. There was so little that we could share with you about the detail. But I just hope that this evening we've given you some ideas, some options, and a reason to move and share our products and our business opportunity so that everybody can be touched by the business that we've got our hands on. And I think we're good to go. And we will see most of you, I'm sure, at the next Success Day, be it Scotland or be it in Coventry in November, I do believe.
Can I just say, I know I can see there's a couple of comments starting to pass through linked to products. If you have asked a product type question, so there's a couple there around packaging. So there's one in particular about, will the Infinite have its cover on?
Box.
Anything like that, we will work with head office tomorrow to just skim back through any of your comments or observations or questions, and anything that's product related, we'll make sure that head office pick that up, the relevant department, so there won't be a delay. And you know, if you have got team who haven't been live with us this evening, or you're wanting to watch it back, don't forget that all of these Thursday night product webinars do get uploaded onto Forever Knowledge. So sometimes you just have to wait a couple of days because we need to retrieve from the cloud, and you know, good technical people do their good things that I will never be able to do. But it will be available as well.
And what I do think we should do as our last commitment before we sign off is we will, for those of you who didn't manage to watch Rex from beginning to end with clarity or sound and picture moving at the same space, we will put that into the relevant groups, and that is always available on YouTube. Just Google Rex Morn Forever Living Christmas, and all his Christmas videos are there. That just happens to be our favourite.
I'm giggling because that's the height of our intelligence. So when we were planning this, we said, oh, there must be a great Christmas video of Rex. Right, where do we get it from? Let's just put Rex and Christmas into YouTube and see what we find. And that's where we arrived. Yeah. So not a bad place to arrive.
But it's a beaut. Right. I think that's everything that we have to offer you. It's nothing left for us to do other than to wish you 70 fantastic days of structured activity from the heart that will build you as you enter and leave this decade and enter the next one, a business and a culture to be proud of. So Merry Christmas from me.
Merry Christmas from me. Thank you so much, and see you soon.